Good morning, everyone. Hello, I'm Paolo del Rosario. It is January 3, the third day of 2025. Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
Hello there, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Thank God it's Friday. First Friday of the year. Let's make it an unforgettable one with some good vibes and a dash of positivity.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. Happy Friday! Your mornings are mo fun with us. Join us in the next hour for stories and conversations that matter.
I love our outfits today.
It's Fitness Friday!
Fitness Friday. We're bringing it back.
Yes, and I'm working on my New Year's resolution, so this is my first workout of the year.
And last year.
Except for Paolo. Do you guys see he's not wearing workout clothes? I wonder why.
Well, because I already did my first workout of the year. I've already done
Okay.
after the first show.
Okay, ikaw na.
Okay.
After the first show where he did not have a voice and did not
Kaya
join
nga din
us,
he worked
but he went to the gym.
Okay,
Oh, wow,
priorities.
grabe, priorities.
Bakit? Do you need to talk to lift weights?
I mean, you need to save that energy.
Oh yeah, no, I had the energy to use, so I used it. But
Grabe naman.
it's going to be fun today.
Yes, it's
because
going to be fun. Yay.
we're going to learn more and more about the fitness and, of course, trying to get us started to a good New Year's resolution.
Yes, with me and Anne, especially with me, let's lose weight together.
Working out
That is going to be
hard.
our goal for 2025.
Yes.
Not new year, new me, but a better me for this year.
Yes, and changing the healthier habits with food and fitness.
Yes.
So let's do it.
Keep saying it.
I am.
Keep
I'm going to
saying
manifest it.
Let's take a look first at the weather. Rainy conditions across the nation are likely to persist this Friday. Now, pag-asa says the northeast monsoon or hanging amihan is affecting extreme northern Luzon, particularly Batanes, where the province can expect rains and cloudy skies. Now, the shear line is affecting the rest of northern Luzon and the eastern section of central Luzon. Places like the Cordillera, Ilocos regions, as well as Cagayan and Isabela should be ready for scattered rains and isolated thunderstorms. Now, Metro Manila and the rest of the country can expect isolated rains due to localized thunderstorms, where sunset will be set at 5:39 p.m. Tune in to Weather HQ later on 9 a.m. for more updates, whatever the weather, only here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Now, shifting on to some serious business, the U.S. begins New Year on high alert following what officials believe is a terror attack in New Orleans. At least 15 people were killed and more than 30 were injured after a man drove his truck into a crowd on New Year's Day. The suspect, a 42-year-old Texan U.S. Army veteran who once served in Afghanistan, identified as Shamsuddin Jabbar. The FBI says he had pledged allegiance to the Islamic State but acted alone. He drove from Houston to New Orleans on December 31 and posted videos on Facebook the morning of the attack on which he said he supported IS, the Islamic militant group with fighters in Iraq and Syria. He was killed in a shootout with the police after the attack.
U.S. officials are looking for links between the New Orleans attack and the Tesla Cybertruck explosion outside the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas on Wednesday. The suspect, 37-year-old active duty soldier from Colorado Springs, identified as Matthew Livelsberger. His body was burned inside the vehicle while 7 others were injured.
The question is there any links to ISIS? And I will tell you that we don't have any indication of that here in Las Vegas. No overt ISIS flag as was seen in New Orleans. But again, we are investigating every aspect of this. And if that comes to light, we'll certainly update you. Do I think it's a coincidence? I don't know. But what I can tell you is we're absolutely investigating any connectivity to what happened in New Orleans, as well as other attacks that have been occurring around the world.
Now, back here at home, Vice President Sara Duterte possibly faces a 4th impeachment complaint. This despite the 3 others still pending and under study. Around 10 to 12 congressmen are set to endorse the filed impeachment complaints. Makabayan Bloc says they plan to consolidate support to push VP Sara's impeachment. ACT Teachers Party List Representative Franz Castro said on Thursday they will mobilize this month to pressure the Marcos administration to change its mind about the impeachment.
Thousands of devotees flocked to the Quiapo Church for the blessing of Black Nazarene replicas Thursday afternoon. Hannah T has more.
The faithful braved the scorching streets of Quiapo, marching barefoot, carrying an image of the Black Nazarene. A water dispenser under the image helped the devotees deal with the heat. It was the procession of Black Nazarene replicas, a New Year tradition. From small to large images, devotees from across the country brought their replicas to be blessed. At around 1:30 in the afternoon, the Quiapo Church began the blessing. Last year, it took 2 days to finish the blessing held at Plaza Miranda. This year, it was done in a day. Devotees paraded the images along Quezon Boulevard toward a footbridge, where priests waited to bless them. According to Quiapo Church, no less than 1,000 images were blessed this year. Devotees show their love for the Black Nazarene in different ways, from decorated vehicles to their colorful costumes and non-stop music and singing. Shirlene came all the way from Italy. For her, the Black Nazarene has answered many of her prayers.
Alas 4:30 po, 4:30 ng AM. Kasi po para po kami mauna sa pila. Kami po ay OFW.
Catherine brought her grandchildren who wanted to experience the blessing in Quiapo. Her family has been devotees of the Black Nazarene for over a decade.
Yung pagbibigay ng trabaho, marami, magandang trabaho, ganun po.
Lawrence and his family left early from Caloocan.
Kagaya po ng operasyon ng lola ko. Palagi po kami tumutuloy dito.
At least 14,000 uniformed personnel from the Philippine National Police and other agencies are deployed to ensure security in the days leading to the traslasyon on January 9. Hannah T., Bilyonaryo News Channel.
In the meantime, an increase in the number of firecracker-related injuries as the New Year revelries wind down. The DOH reports a total of 534 cases from December 22, 2024 to January 2, 2025. It was lower compared to the 592 cases reported last year. The DOH adds most of the injuries are attributed to illegal fireworks.
Now, over at the lower house, the Makabayan bloc says President Bongbong Marcos's review of the 2025 budget is not enough. The Constitution says the Education Department must be allocated 6% of the gross domestic product, or GDP. The bloc says several agencies had budget cuts, just so the government can say that the DepEd has the biggest funds. The Makabayan bloc also says it is looking at the possibility of raising the budget concerns to the Supreme Court.
Kung sa Makabayan as a whole, wala pa ganong desisyon, no, na dumulog sa Supreme Court. Pero kung meron yung mga individual naming mga miyembro, no, ang iba't ibang party list, pinag-aaralan nila. So wala pa akong alam. So as a whole sa Makabayan, wala pang plano.
We are also welcoming a new generation in 2025. Those born from 2025 to 2039 will be part of the Generation Beta. The Australian social research group MC Crindle says Gen Beta will be referred to as the artificial intelligence generation. Most of them are children of the younger millennials and the older Gen Z. This generation is expected to live well into the 22nd century.
Crazy.
I want to live well into the 22nd century.
You know, the
Oh my
more they add
gosh.
these categories, Generation Alpha, Generation Beta, the more I feel old because I'm back there.
I know.
Generation X.
I didn't even realize there's beta already. I forgot there was an alpha.
I actually think
Alpha.
that
So I'm like, oh my
that name
gosh.
might actually change in the future because it depends on what they go through, right? I mean, like, even at one point we considered the Gen Z more of the screen generation,
Right.
like different nicknames. So let's see what they go through first because they had the pandemic babies.
Right.
Yes,
and so
yes.
on. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see how.
Gen Beta.
I mean,
How
it
it
makes
evolves.
sense that they're the generation of artificial intelligence because
Yes.
it's up and coming now. So we'll see. I hope it's put to good use.
Can you imagine some of the kids being parented by AI?
Exactly. That's
Ooh,
crazy.
that's gonna be
Or
interesting.
even those fitness coaches
Or-
that are AI.
Oh, wait. Let's not take
know
their
how
jobs
in-
away muna.
You know how in Richie Rich they had this robot maid, right?
I love
So
that
now that's gonna
movie.
Ang
happen.
tanda na natin, Richie Rich yung
Oh
reference
my
natin.
God, I just had a flashback.
Pero di ba sa Richie Rich Rich yun?
I can guarantee you, my baby
yeah.
sister does not know what Richie Rich is.
Oh my gosh, for our viewers who don't know Richie Rich,
And
that's
she's
such a great
16
movie.
or
Oh
15.
my gosh.
Oh no, I wasn't even talking about the movie. I'm talking about the cartoon.
Oh, I'm talking about the movie. That's a great movie.
Both the cartoon and the movie
yeah, they're
are
both really
really
good.
Yes,
something.
but the cartoon is
Oh my
older, so I'm
gosh.
like, okay.
You know what's funny? Because now I think about it, you take a look at the Hanna-Barbera cartoons that we grew up with, the Jetsons, the
the
Flintstones.
Jetsons and the
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
I do the new generation.
They don't know any of
They
that.
don't know.
Wacky races and all of that. There's just so much.
And you know what?
a
Sometimes
lot.
I get surprised when people don't actually know about what these shows are.
Not just the shows, like the movies,
Yeah,
right?
'cause
And
I
like the
think that-
references.
I always think that they know. Pero then I forget na they're young pala.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
like who young people would know Breakfast at Tiffany's.
No, they,
They
would
won't.
not.
Right?
They
Exactly.
won't.
I don't
So-
even know what the young people watch now. I know.
TikTok.
Yeah. Actually,
anime.
No, anime even back
Anime.
then. Like
Yeah,
I grew
people
up
still
watching.
do, yeah.
I grew up watching
Yes,
anime
but
also.
I think there are new ones now.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
So old na. This is
Di
so
naman.
depressing.
Grabe
You
naman
never
ka
talking
maka-old.
about
Wait,
this.
hold on If you're old, what do you call me? Dinosaur?
Ancient.
We didn't say-
I'm just joking. You said that.
Egyptian artifact.
Ako,
Mommy,
All-
I can.
timeless advice, never talk to them about age. As we move on to sports, the country's sports writers acknowledging Carlos Yulo for his golden triumph in 2024. The gymnastics king is unanimously named the Athlete of the Year by the Philippine Sports Writers Association. Yulo made history in Paris, France as the first Filipino athlete to win 2 Olympic gold medals. He is also the first gymnast since Pia Adel Reyes in 1997 to be recognized with the PSA's top honor. The awards night is scheduled for January 27 at the Manila Hotel. Meanwhile, EJ Obiena drops to 4th place in the latest men's pole vault world rankings. Now, injuries forced the Asian pole vault king to sit out the rest of the 2024 season. Greek pole vaulter and 2024 Olympic bronze medalist Emmanuel Caralis takes over the 3rd spot, while Swedish phenom Armand Amondo Duplantis remains at top at number 1. Filipino tennis ace Alex Ayala is in action today at the Canberra International. The teenage star will face China's Wei Xijia in the semifinals. Ayala defeated hometown bet Tyler Preston on Thursday in a 3-set thriller to reach her first ever WTA semis.
Now we have some sad entertainment news because Barbie Forteza confirmed her breakup with longtime boyfriend Jack Roberto. On a social media post, Barbie reminisced on the 7 years they spent as a couple, showing photos when they first teased the relationship in 2017. Barbie wrote, "Sometimes good things fall apart, so better things can come together. Beautiful goodbye, Jack Roberto." She also asked for everyone's understanding and help to put the matter to rest. Jack and Barbie appeared in multiple teleseries, including Cara Mia and the Half-Sisters. Now, don't go away. When we return, we'll put our New Year's resolution to the test. It's Fitness Friday, and fitness coach Mann San Gil is in the house. Stay tuned. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. New year, new me. It's a phrase that we hear often as the calendar turns. Among the most popular resolutions, getting fit and staying healthy. But how can we ensure we stick to these goals and turn them into lasting habits? Let's go find out. We have with us live in the studio fitness coach Mann San Gil. It's a beautiful day. Coach Mann, good morning and Happy New Year.
Good morning, Anne, Monique, and Sir Paolo.
It's good to see you. Thank you for your time. Now, Coach, ito yung time of the year when people just really go back to the gym, balik alindog program, di ba? That's what everybody says during the start of the year. And I'm sure you're seeing that influx of attendees in your Les Mills classes. Dumadami yung clients mo for personal coaching. But let's focus on those who want to start pa lang this 2025. As a fitness coach, what are the realistic goals that people can set for this year if they're just starting out, if they're just, jumping into the fitness bandwagon pa lang now?
All right, thanks for asking that question. So the first thing that I would recommend before starting out on any fitness program is to consult a trusted physician. Your attending physician, your doctor, especially if you are already above the age of 35. You might want to have yourself checked first and find out if you have any potential limitations or any conditions that might prevent you from working out effectively, or worse, injure you, or have a heart attack or something like that. First, consult a doctor. Have some medical clearance, okay? And then the next thing that we would do is try to assess what you would like to do the rest of the year, or try to remember what you used to enjoy doing.
Okay.
And if you'd like, you could get to do those activities, get back into an activity that you enjoy doing when you were younger, and then plan for it, try to find the facilities and classes or the community for those, and then check them out. Check out these two places and check out the vibe of the place.
Okay.
Check if they would fit you, and then after that, you look for certified professional in those activities. We have a lot of different fitness professionals that could help for a lot of activities. So those are the three things that I would recommend. Consult a doctor, decide what you want to do, and then find the appropriate fitness professional for that one.
Okay.
You mentioned it a while ago, do the things that you used to do when you were young.
Yes.
But sometimes you're not as young.
Yes.
One of my favorite examples, because I used to play football, I used to be able to run and sprint for like around 90 minutes. But then right now, buti lang 10 minutes kung buhay pa ako. But then when you look at when people try to go back to what they used to do, how important is it to realize and accept the levels that you are now currently, and you can't do what you used to do? And if ever you want to get back to that, kailangan medyo progressive yung way back mo.
Yeah, so imagine that you are really an athlete. You won't go into your sport unprepared. You'd like to engage in your weekend games. So you'd go to the games, but before you go to the games, during the week, you'd be training for it. You'd be doing the strength training for it. You'd be doing the skills. You'd be doing the skill drills before engaging in the actual game. So if you're into basketball, you have a playing group that would play on a Saturday. Maybe on a Monday and a Wednesday, you would do some strength training to help you jump better, to help bulletproof your legs from potential knee injuries. And then on a Tuesday and a Thursday, you would do some cardio training to help boost your endurance. And then on a Friday, you rest, and then on a Saturday, you play the game. That's a realistic way that I recommend for clients to be more fit throughout the year. You have something to work out for.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of realistic, Coach Mann, let's actually debunk some myths before we set our goals for 2025. Like, especially for me, for women, it's really hard to spot train, correct? Like, most people think, like, if I want to lose arm fat, I can just do arm workouts and that kills it. But let's debunk some myths so we can set realistic goals moving forward.
All right, so that first myth, yes, spot reduction is a myth. Unless you do that medically, surgery.
Or Photoshop, pwede rin.
Yeah, Photoshop, definitely. Digitally, pwede rin. Pero spot reduction, it's a myth. We lose body fat, say, as a percentage over our whole body. If we lose 1% body fat over at our torso, we lose 1% of our body fat over at our face too. But there's much less body fat over at our face compared to our torso. That's why people would tend to shrink over at their faces, and then their stomach will still be a little bit more big.
Yeah, that's what happens to me.
Yeah, I just want to show. So Coach Chot Reyes is of course, former Gilas coach, TNT, Tropang Giga coach, working out with Coach Mann here. It just reminds me, because he's one of the fittest guys I know. Age doesn't really matter as much in terms of fitness. You can get fit or be fit no matter how advanced you are.
Yeah, well, I trained the guy, and I'm sure he doesn't mind if I tell him that he's already a senior citizen. And he probably says that.
Yeah.
My God, but he's so strong.
No, he's fit.
Yeah.
He's really fit.
And remember, we did that news article where the 90-something-year-old grandma was still lifting weights.
But pero
and she
hindi naman
actually
90
won
years
a
old
medal.
si Coach Chot.
Hindi, no, I'm just saying.
Coach Chot, doon ka na kay Coach Chot.
No, I love Coach Chot and Cherry, of course, the wife, right?
Yes.
But what I meant was, at any age, you can actually achieve your fitness goals as long as you work on it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But as we age, yes, we do have to put more effort into everything.
That's
Not
true.
just of
That's
working
true.
out, even our nutrition. Coach Chot is a very disciplined eater. Okay,
Yeah.
he enjoys his wine, he enjoys his coffee, but they're all in moderation.
Yeah.
Yes, he drinks some alcohol, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Okay? He enjoys his coffee, and not a lot either.
So it really
Okay.
works together, no? Fitness and proper nutrition. You know the saying that abs are made in the kitchen and not in the gym. What are your thoughts about that?
All right. My primary work is as a fitness trainer, and I could honestly say that if we apply the Pareto principle into this, 80-20, 80% of fitness is about nutrition, 20% is the workout.
Yeah.
So, and besides, if we work out, it's just 1 hour of 24. And the rest
24
of
hours,
those
yes.
23 hours, we are most probably eating for about 4 of those hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I need to work on my nutrition,
That's
not just
a big
fitness
chunk,
this
no?
year.
80% nutrition, 20%
Which makes
working
me
out.
sad because I love food.
And I think that's one of the myths that we should actually debunk,
yeah.
right? Because people are thinking that if you work out, it's always an excuse for you to eat,
Oh,
which
yes.
is not really accurate, right?
Yes, we can't outrun or we can't outwork out a bad diet, a bad nutrition habit. Okay, it's okay to have the occasional cake, just not too much of it. We
Yeah.
could have our ice cream, just not too much of it. We control how we eat. Will most probably achieve our fitness goals, or whether for physique or performance, we'll achieve them faster.
Now,
Yes.
Coach, what are your thoughts on the trends right now? Because I've been seeing a lot of people, especially for 2025, to kickstart their nutrition goals. They're doing like bone broth cleanses, juice cleanses for like 3 days a week. What are your thoughts on that to help people get jump started?
Okay, to start with, all diets would work up to a point.
Yeah.
To a point while you're doing them. Okay, when you stop doing them, they also stop. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would highly recommend that we choose lifestyle that the diet
Sustainable.
could sustain.
Right,
Yeah,
yes.
so we get to choose a lifestyle that we still get to eat the food that we want to eat.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would be so miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like, there are people who deprive themselves of certain things. Like, for example, people who refuse carbs.
Yeah.
People who, without realizing that that's actually part of the building block of yung energy mo, especially. But you look at the trends that we're also seeing here. You mentioned the diets. Of course, may mga fad diet talaga. There was a time Atkins. There was a time
yes.
keto.
Yeah.
There was a
Yes.
time mga OMAD hanggang ngayon.
yes.
But how about wearable technology, AI? There have been so many technological trends that have been seeping their way into your job.
Oh,
So
I
paano
don't
yan?
mind. I really don't mind. First, with wearables, you're wearing one.
Yes, I am.
And I love them. I love them, especially when I do online training, because it's a good way for me to assess the client's response to exercise, especially the heart rate response to exercise. And wearables now are much more reliable. They're much more accurate compared to say 20 years ago. I've been in this industry for over 2 decades, and the wearables now are less intrusive, less bulky, like the wearables back then.
Yeah,
had
the
these
chest strap. Yeah.
Watches are much more common, but we now have rings available.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fitness
we have
rings.
rings.
Yes.
I haven't seen it in person, but I've seen and heard of them.
Yeah,
on
rings.
social media.
So I love wearables because it helps me assess a client real time, especially if I'm training a client in person. Online training, yes, I love relying on them. Like I'd ask, how's your heart rate response after doing this exercise?
Now, I know you are a group exercise instructor, aside from being a personal fitness coach, Coach Mann, right? What are your thoughts on, uso ngayon na virtual reality workouts, AI coaching, the new advancements in fitness and technology? Is it a threat for coaches like you? Kasi pwedeng i-replace ng AI yung presence ng coach, right? In a client's fitness regimen.
Yes. Okay. Personally, I'm not threatened by it. I actually use them to help enhance the client's experience.
Okay.
And I also guide them in the use of such virtual reality device. Like, I actually advise them to, have some clear space for you to move because a lot of people run into things.
Yeah.
Especially when they have the goggles on.
Yeah.
And I know Les Mills has virtual reality now,
Yes.
diba? Body Combat,
Body
if I'm not
Combat.
mistaken.
It's
Yes,
a program
yes.
that you used to teach.
I know.
It's a program that you used to teach.
Yeah.
It's actually
So
funny
virtual.
seeing those people working out with the virtual glasses.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I mean, like it's interesting because sometimes it's also there for reactive training.
It is.
Because of, like, for example, especially for athletes, what they do is that they actually simulate conditions on a playing field or a pitch, wherein they can actually measure the reaction time
Yes.
of an athlete. So, I mean, like AI has been coming into fitness, whether it become professional sports, whether it be for the regular people. But then, in terms of using technology to actually track your progress, minsan some people, they see like, oh, bumabagal ako or nagpla-plateau. Like, what do you tell people who have siguro hit a brick wall with regard to their routine? Kasi, okay, let's say you start off 2025 good, but then you hit like maybe losing maybe 5 pounds or so, and then nothing works or it's not moving anymore. What do you say to people like that?
Okay, plateaus are to be expected, or even dips. Those are the best times to reassess what you're doing. Maybe the overall intensity of the workout is not that optimal. Might be already too easy for you.
Okay.
Or maybe it could be the work, especially if you have a dip, you're already overtraining. You're already overtraining, or you have much less rest time. So those are the times that you might want to consult with your trusted fitness professional to help you assess what could possibly be wrong.
I want to piggyback on what you said because it's not a problem for Mo and I. Pero yung overtraining.
Okay.
Normally,
Overeating kami.
No, overeating tayo eh. Pero normally, when you talk about overtraining, what are the signs of overtraining that you need to take a break? Because sometimes people are like, oh no, it's my routine. I can't break it. If I break it, mawawala lahat. What constitutes overtraining and what are the dangers of it?
Well, for one thing, you have your recovery time takes longer. And then at worst, you get injured more often, or you get injured. You get injured because you get when you work out tired. There's much more chances of you doing a lift or doing any movement with sloppy form. So
I want to go back to what you said earlier, how the intensity is not, it doesn't matter what intensity, because I feel like a lot of people, especially starting out their fitness journey, they go all out, right? Especially the first week, they do everything.
Not just during
they
the start of the
can.
year. I see a lot of people in the gym, they're like, go hard or go home.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, do you see any trends, especially coming up this year, that people can do that you think will work with their fitness journey?
Okay, so since we have all these trends from the prior years, and they have been staying. So I could actually see more hybrid and cross-training of the different disciplines that we've had over the years. People will cycle through them because knowing that they might get overuse injuries from doing the same thing over and over, they're much more open to trying out new things, like lifters that would try yoga or other mind and body disciplines like Pilates for to help improve their mobility if they are not if they're not doing that already for rehab.
Okay.
So
I mean, cross-training, definitely, the multidiscipline, definitely, and not only the accessibility for everything. It feels it's more available. Like, I mean, you can do whichever you want. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
We'll see, and we'll see what happens because when we come back, yes, Coach Mann will be working out with us. We're going to put in the work as Coach Mann San Gil shows us some exercises we can all use for our goals. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Good luck, girls.
You're still watching. It's a beautiful day. Now, we're still joined by fitness coach Mann San Gil for our Fitness Friday demo. I'm so nervous. Coach, what are we doing today? See, I'm so excited. I'm very nervous. I haven't worked out.
Let's go.
all right, we're going to do 3 really easy real-life exercises. We're going to do the squats, hip hinges, and torso rotations. Exercises that we all do in real life. And we're going to do these exercises so that we could sit and stand well. We could bend down to pick up things without injuring our lower back. And then the twisting exercise, the torso rotation, it will actually engage our obliques that are often neglected. So we get to work our core, the neglected core muscles over at the side of our body.
Very much neglected core muscles.
Let's do this, coach.
Yes, our obliques are often neglected.
My jump start
All right,
to the
so
workout.
let's start with the squat. I'll start with a quarter squat. Okay, let's do a couple of quarter squats, and then we'll try to increase the range of motion. We'll go to half squats. So we'll go deeper into the squats.
Oh my! You hear it? It's
Yes, I heard that. So a few more of the half squats, and then if you can, you could go fuller range. I'll be doing this sideways, literally ass to grass if you can. So there we go. So we go deeper into the squats. Okay.
Ooh, I feel that.
Yes, so the squats work a whole lot of different muscles over at our lower body. Okay, and it's one of the best ways for us to protect our knees. Then for our next exercise, we're going to do our hip hinge. Okay, a lot of people bend forward with their upper back not engaged. So I'm going to ask you to engage your upper back, pull your shoulder blades back, and then try to touch your knees by pushing your hips back. There you go. Push your hips back, touch your knees first.
Knee, sorry.
Yes. And then
Advance ako mag-isip tong
yes.
sagad eh.
And then try to touch your shins.
Shins,
Once you're much
okay.
more comfortable, try to touch
Oh
your
my gosh,
shins.
this one's so
And
hard,
then
coach.
And then
toes.
go back to
Mobility.
being upright.
Oh, go back to being upright.
Yes. So if you've noticed, I'm slightly bending my knees. Okay? But
Yes.
the focus of the movement is over at pushing our hips back and forward.
Do you feel
So-
it here, right?
Yes, we're supposed to feel it over at our hamstrings.
Oh Lord.
Yes, you're going to feel that stretch over
So
at
we
your
need
hamstring.
this exercise
Yes.
every day, coach, to
Yes.
open up our hips and make our knees stronger.
And
that the
also to
purpose of
make us a
this?
little bit more flexible.
can't
And then
even
once
reach
you're
all
more
the way down.
comfortable, you could try to touch either your toes
Yeah,
or the
my
floor.
toes.
Yeah, so
Chippy
just go down and
toes.
up. So simple movements.
Oh,
Squats
guys.
and hip
Are you
hinges,
okay,
right?
Mom?
There you go. Yes, but often our hamstrings and our lower back are often weak.
Yeah, actually.
We're often
that's
weak
true.
and tight. That's why I asked you to do those squats and then followed by the hip hinges. And then we're going to work our obliques. One of the easier ways to do this is to have our hands in front of us, or you could do this prisoner style. So I highly recommend this. At first, just rotate, feel the stretch over at your lower back,
Oh, this one feels good.
and then engage.
Yeah.
And so
So I'm
now-
engaging my core.
Yes, you
And
engage your
keeping my
core
abs
by
tight.
bracing, pulling your navel towards your spine, and then just hold that as if you are going to be punched.
Coach, for our viewers, if we want to do this every day, how many minutes should we do it and how many reps per exercise?
I recommend that if you've been sitting for like an hour, stand up and do any of these exercises. Like you could squat. If you've been sitting for a long time, like a lot of us do, you could stand up, do a few squats, even with your upper body supported, and then rotate or hip hinge. A lot of us sit for too long. Okay, that's why I ask people to stand up, rotate a bit, or if you can, do your hip hinges.
And these are, the nice thing about the workouts that you're teaching, these steps that you're teaching us, it's easy to do even at work, because most of the time people are, seated and they don't have enough space for like a yoga workout. But these are actually things that they can do by just standing up and doing it right in front of their desks, right?
Yes,
Yeah, if
the
you want to
point.
like wake up, if you're feeling like sluggish at work and tired, just pop a squat, do all the hip hinges and everything. Or if you're watching K-drama,
yes.
or us, you can do some squats.
Exactly.
too.
You can
Yes.
actually
Right?
do these core rotations while
Yes.
watching your favorite show, right?
It doesn't have to be done for a long time. It doesn't
Yes.
have to be done for a lot of repetitions. But I do recommend that you do these often in a day. Get up and start moving just a bit, and then maybe you could go back to sitting down again for another hour.
Coach, I feel my abs now.
What else? What else should we do, Coach?
So apart from these three, can we add something? What else can our viewers do while
Well,
they're
it can't be
just
shown
home?
here, but if it's possible, go outside for a walk or just walk around the facility.
10,000 steps, right?
Yes,
a day?
10,000 steps is ideal, but if you could start with 4,000 to 5,000 steps, that would be good, and then work your way up, add an additional 1,000 steps every week or every month. It's really up to your fitness level, but I do recommend really getting up and taking a walk.
Now, Coach, how about for those who are looking for something a little bit more challenging that they can do at home, aside from these movements that you taught us? If they want something more challenging, like maybe a plank, what
Yes.
else can they do?
Okay, as it is,
Challenging
a lot
talaga,
of
Anne.
No, because sometimes,
Okay.
but really sometimes people want to do something a little bit more tough, I think, or
Yes.
something that will get their heart rates up.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Star jumps or jumping jacks.
Yeah, I'm not doing
10 of these would be great.
Go.
And then,
Yes. Doesn't take too much space.
Like I have to hold
very
on my-
scalable.
yeah, that
Very
gets your heart rate
scalable.
up. Because I
Yes.
think that's the most important thing is to get your heart rate up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know whose heart rate's up right now? Paolo. Look how comfortable he's sitting right now. Can we pan the camera to him?
Nope.
Ang sarap ng sit niya.
How about planks, Coach? Because me, when I wake up in the morning, actually the first thing I do before I take a bath, I do a 1-minute plank, and
That's
then I
great.
do a couple of squats just to get my knees, greased,
Yes.
so to speak. Because I always get those knee, sharp pains in knee every morning. So that's what I do. If they like doing planks, what's like the longest time that you recommend?
I highly recommend 30 seconds to a minute of holding planks. Just 30 seconds to a minute at a time. That's already fine. We're not
Can you
like
do that? Mo?
Can I do what?
30 seconds
I'm gonna
off.
look at Paolo, I don't know why he's not working out.
30 seconds to a minute of a forearm plank. You know, you'd like to avoid pressure marks on your forearms.
I know. I never do. I
because if
actually never do the ano.
Yeah, I prefer
the full plank.
Oh, you prefer the high plank?
Yeah,
Yes.
the high plank.
That should be
wow.
good.
You want me to demo it?
Okay.
Yes, I could do this.
Congrats,
I could do
girl,
those
killed
with you.
it.
Yeah,
So-
this one.
Yes.
I prefer
Yeah, so I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna watch
you
and
want
cheer
to-
you
do
guys
this.
on.
This is the fitness demo.
If you wanted
do this when I
additional
get
challenge,
home.
you could go
Y'all are doing so great.
to a forearm plank, going to a high plank, and then just do this for a minute.
That's too advanced for me. I'm just gonna dance.
Okay.
Yay, good job, guys. Y'all are doing so well. I will do this at home later.
And then keeping your core stable, of
Yes.
course, right?
Keeping our shoulders and our hips parallel relative to the floor.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, well, I will be doing this later when I get home, when I have a mat. Ang hirap na to. I have sweaty palms, so I'm
Thank you,
gonna be
Coach.
slipping.
I needed that. I needed that this morning.
And just, no, she did not need that. She was just showing off her
Yep.
advanced skills. Okay, but anyway, thank you so much, Coach. We really
thank you.
appreciate you coming, and I sweated a bit.
Yeah.
So I feel
my heart rate's up. I love it.
Plank ka pa, girl. Plank pa more.
Coach, where can we reach you? Where can we find you, of course, for those who want to avail of your
Yes.
services?
All right. You could generally contact me through my Instagram. I think it's a bit posted. Yes, and that should be good.
All right, thank you so much, Coach Mann. Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you,
Mann San
Anne.
Gil, our very first Fitness Friday coach for
Yay!
2025.
Congrats!
Yay!
That's perfect. And of course, I was actually studying what our next segment would be because it's a big one. An oversupply of condominiums has partly caused a drop in real estate price in Metro Manila for the latter part of 2024. That story and more after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. And welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now, for the first time since 2021, the prices of residential real estate in the country went down in the third quarter of 2024. That's according to the price index of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Sujin Kim reports.
Residential real estate prices in the National Capital Region plunged by 14.6% in the third quarter of 2024, the sharpest decline in 3 years. This drop also contributed to a 2.3% year-on-year contraction nationwide, the first since 2021. According to Joey Bondoc, Director of Research at Colliers International Philippines, the decline is part of an industry-wide correction in NCR due to a surplus of condominium units.
Talking about 50 to 60% decline in take-up of pre-selling condominium units in Metro Manila. You have how many? 75,000 unsold condominium units in the pre-selling as well as secondary market. And given that Metro Manila at this point is flooded with a sizable number of unsold condominium units, it will take about 6 years, nearly 6 years, for that inventory to be absorbed by the Metro Manila market.
The concern of pagbaba ng price, is basically, for me, it's a temporary scenario. Everything is a cycle, basically starts from recovery towards expansion, where people buy a lot of units, and then comes hypersupply, which we are experiencing right now.
Data from the central bank also shows that residential real estate loans nationwide dropped by nearly 16% year-on-year, attributed to negative consumer sentiment and high interest rates.
A sizable impact because especially in the mid-income segment, that is the most sensitive to interest rate and mortgage rate spikes. High interest rates resulting in high mortgage rates, and then essentially you don't have a lot of employees right now that are renting the condo units because the POGOs have left the Philippines.
Bondoc adds the exit of POGOs and the rise of remote work have also reduced rental demand, causing a double whammy for condominium sales.
Vacancy in the office market in Metro Manila, 20.5%. Essentially, 1 out of 5 floors is vacant in Metro Manila. So because of this lower demand for office space. That has also resulted in a sluggish take-up for condominium units.
While the NCR market is experiencing a slowdown, demand in suburban areas such as Calabarzon and Central Luzon continues to grow. Horizontal developments, particularly house and lot projects, are gaining popularity for their affordability and spacious options.
So you have developers such as Rockwell, for example, in Bulacan, Batangas, Ayala in Angeles City, Mega World in Bulacan, Robinson's Land in Tarlac. So they have been launching all these horizontal projects, and they're really banking on the sustained demand outside of Metro Manila, again supported by the shift to suburbia. And so I think it's a diversification game at this point.
Prices outside NCR saw a 3% uptick supported by single detached houses and condominiums. Despite the challenges, property investor Eric Manalo remains optimistic, pointing to the country's robust tourism arrivals, infrastructure development, and the contributions of BPO and OFWs to the real estate sector.
The main declines in Metro Manila, based on that report, will basically give an opportunity for buyers today to avail of a property at a good price and flexible terms.
Manalo recommends following the buy, rent, sell model to secure reliable sources of income for future benefit.
The more you wait in buying property, the more you lose, because before Makati was like 280 pesos per square in the 1970s, and now it's hundreds of millions.
Sujin Kim, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Now let's talk about this new viral trend on social media. The Eigenmans, a well-known family of actors, take the internet by storm with their entry to this TikTok trend, pretending somebody got into Harvard just because they're bored. The video has now over 12 million views and 1.5 million likes. Let's watch this.
Perfect sa emoting.
Ang galing!
Now they're all
so
actors! Yeah, so ang galing, right? I think the first thing I noticed was ang gwapo nila.
Yeah, I know.
Gwapo nila.
Ako, I was
And
happy
then
for them for getting into Harvard eh.
Actually, it's unbelievable.
But you know what? This actually started back in 2010 pa, when people would post actual videos of themselves waiting for the college results to be flashed on screen.
Yeah, they do that in the US.
Yeah,
So people post that.
So now they made a parody out of it, and naging uso siya sa TikTok now.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, to be fair, getting into college, especially the college that you want to get,
It is.
It's a
hard.
great moment. I remember. Do you remember when you guys got your acceptance letters? Or?
I do. I was so
You know
nervous.
what? It was different during my time. We didn't get it
Kasi walang
on...
internet.
Wala. We did... No, may internet.
Here she
Pero-
goes again, giving away her age.
No, it's okay. I don't mind. I don't look my age anyway. But
True.
anyway, during my time, we would go to the university where we took the test and then look at the bulletin boards.
Oh, you guys
They
have
posted
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So, ano yun, alphabetical. So you have to look pa isa-isa.
Ours, we had ours mailed, our acceptance letter.
Yeah. No, for me, we had it mailed also, but then it was also available online. And then the thing is, my dad did not want me to. He wanted to see it first.
Okay.
So what he did was that again, I went to LaSalle, but then when he was looking at the test scores himself, he refused to let me see it. And then as soon as he read it, he was like, hala, mukhang mag-Ateneo si Paolo. And then we were all upset. Then it's like, just joking, you got into LaSalle. So, yeah. So,
Funny. I actually made my parents open the letters when I
Yeah.
got the mail.
that's
Because
nice.
I can't wait.
You could watch? Oh,
Because I'm
wow.
so impatient. And I was like, oh my God, a letter from so-and-so school. Okay, open it. Tell me if I made it or not. So
Okay.
I didn't wait and didn't take a video. But it was a fun time. And I think this video So, you know, when we do like castings for modeling or for commercials, we have to do like some sort of acting video. I think this should be the new trend. Like, all
We
of the
should do
commercial
that, the
actors
three
should do
of
that.
us. We should have our own TikTok entry. It's a beautiful day doing that Harvard thing.
Getting into Harvard.
Yeah.
Getting into BNC. BNC University.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we can't wait to see your entries online because that is it for us this Friday, January the 3rd, the third day of 2025. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Thank you very much for joining us.
I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Before we go, quick shout out to Doc Cyril Agan and Jan Conadero of Flip Clinic. Happy New Year, and Mo and I will see you guys soon. Thank you for starting your Friday with us, and remember to pack your own sunshine wherever you go.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. May you all have a great and fit weekend ahead. Join us again on Monday at 7 a.m. only here on
It's a beautiful day.